It's raining today. It's not very common to rain. This is one of our midsummer storms we have. It seems like it's a pretty mild one. It's just kind of sprinkling. I don't think it's gonna get super wet outside, but hopefully it won't. We're parked near Ikea. We're kind of in the same shopping center as it. We're right outside the sporting goods store right now. And we got this really big sign next to us that can be seen by the freeway. Because this whole area is right off of the Interstate 10 that goes north into Phoenix eventually. So we're going to go ahead and walk around and see what we can find. We already been here before, but this was during like the sunrise time. And it was quite a long time ago, so it's pretty different at night. We can go see the world thermometer, I think is what it's called. I forgot what it's called. We'll go look at it and we'll go see it. But yeah, let's go. There's no real name to this shopping center I think of, other than I always call it the one that Ikea's in, because it's pretty much like the big main thing in this area. And then all these other small stores kind of just satellite off of it. So let's go take a look. They just put in a White Castle up the way, so maybe we'll walk all the way over there if we have time. We'll see. Woo, it's a little windy. Ugh. Windier than I was expecting. So it's just enough rain to get the car all dirty. I'm gonna have to go get another car wash again. That's not gonna be fun. But let's look up. Here we are. This is where we're at. We got all these big stores here. Looks like the wind has already taken care of one of the signs, and you can actually see into the thing. Actually, that's really kind of cool. I think there's a big giant ladder on the left side. You can climb all the way up to the top. It's probably how they change out the signs. These lights are old, actually. They're not even LED. They're buzzing like crazy. Looks like they forgot to pick up a couple shopping carts. Here's a sporting goods store. I don't dare say the name because it's gonna get us demonetized or something. I'm hoping that the wind's not too bad right now. According to the waveform, it seems like it might be. Ikea's over that way. I wonder if we should go that way first. I think we should go that way first. We'll go that way. We'll walk all the way up and around, see the world thermometer. Maybe go to White Castle out that way. And then we'll come back along here and get back to the car. Hopefully we can make this whole journey. If it starts to rain really hard, we might have to cut it short. Here is the freeway. Right now it's just about midnight. Let's see what time it is. Get us real. It's 11:50 at night on Thursday. We're just about to see Friday morning happen. I am literally the only car out here. Looks like Main Event still has some stuff going on over there. I thought about parking in that parking lot because there's actually people there. But then I decided, let's go over here first. Due to the wind, my hair is all over the place. It's been a pretty hot day. So you might hear that kind of whipping into the mics. Hopefully not. Oh man, there's some lightning out there. Over here we have Texas Roadhouse. It's sort of a chain steakhouse. We'll walk around the front and then we'll kind of go back around and see what we can find. We gotta try to keep our distance a little bit from here. I don't know if there's gonna be security guards and stuff that are gonna be wandering the lot, wondering what we're doing. Here's Texas Roadhouse. I haven't eaten here in a while. Family used to go here all the time. Not to this one specifically, but just to the chain restaurant. Ever since my brother moved out long ago, we don't really go here much anymore. Here's our mattress FIM. The R is gone. And the slashy underneath it's kind of flickering. I don't know who buys mattresses at these mattress stores, but apparently they sell enough of them to stay in business. I don't know how. I ain't never seen anyone in there. And they always have all these signs on the front saying 50% off, 0% interest, $300 off. Kind of makes me think it's some sort of front. Alright, so this is the main entrance into Ikea. You can tell with all these little colorful flags that they got all over the place here. So this is if you're going into Ikea, the main entry area. Here's the big sign. They give you the hours so you can kind of see, so you don't have to drive all the way up to the place to see it. Store closes 30 minutes prior to store closing is the restaurant. Okay. The restaurant closes. There might be people over here doing loading and stuff because it seems like there might be some employees out there. We're going to try to stay away from that area. Something I always notice about this area is the street here is actually just concrete. Normally, like what we saw over there, the street's asphalt. They typically use asphalt because it's a lot cheaper. But it's also easier to maintain. This concrete usually lasts longer, but it's more susceptible to weathering. So in the event that it gets wet or it gets cold and ice, you wouldn't want to have a parking lot made out of this. And it's a lot more expensive to pour compared to asphalt. So during the day, it's actually a lot lighter over here than normal. It stands out a lot more compared to most other parking lots. I don't know why they decided to opt to go to full concrete versus more typical road supplies like they do in the other lots. That's one of the uniqueness of this place. Right now it's really humid outside. I'd say the humidity is probably upwards of 80% or more. The rain has stopped falling. Oh, this place does have a name. It's called Emerald Center, I think. Unless there's a place here called Emerald Center. I'd never noticed that this place had a name before. Fortunately, their sign isn't in the best state of repair, so I don't know if it's going to make a good marquee for the video. But hey, we'll try. Maybe the other side of the sign will have it fully illuminated and looking nice. Just kind of looking around the area, see what else we can see. There's Barbecue Island. Arizona Leather Interiors. I don't know what Avita Institute is. Lifetime is the fitness center. I'm surprised that that's even on the sign. I mean, that's like really far off in the direction over there. It's not even really part of this shopping center, that I would think. We might be able to use this as the marquee. Let me check the other side, we'll see. For some reason there is multiple rented trucks here from different places. You got one from Home Depot and one from Budget. Ah, yeah, the sign is perfectly fine on this side, so we'll kind of see if we can look up at it. It sounds like there might be somebody in these trucks, so we might stay our distance a little away from it. But there you go, you can kind of see it at the very top there, Emerald Center. We're going to move away this way so we're away from all that stuff over there. Something I never noticed before is there's actually electrical charging units for vehicles over there. That must be new. So here's Ikea. At least part of the outside of it. This side houses the warehouse. So this is where they have all the products and things that are inside of the giant, almost like Costco-like warehouse, where you bring your flatbed cart and go to the proper aisle and pick up your flat packs. This side over here houses the showroom. The yellow side. There appears to be music playing outside here. We'll definitely stay away from that. Looks like these signs have seen some better days, especially that one. The weather's really getting to it. This is the main entrance to Ikea. Right now, of course, they're not open because it's midnight. But this is where you'd go to go in. Should probably track up so you guys can see how big this building is. So it's multi-story. On the second floor up here is where the restaurant is. And then the showroom's kind of like in the back area there. You go up in there, you go up the escalator, and then you're in the showroom. There's also some showroom on the first floor as well. It's like a giant maze when you go through it. So you go to the top floor, all through the loop, come back down to the first floor, and then out to the warehouse. It's pretty fun. Sometimes I just come in here to walk around and buy items of opportunity. Here's the big sign, Ikea. I think this is the only Ikea in Arizona. I don't believe there are any others that I know of. There might be one in Tucson, but I don't go to Tucson often to really know. But we have Ikea. This is also part of the showroom over here. So the showroom kind of comes back up into this area. Maybe make this the marquee. It's a pretty well lit building. I smell diesel exhaust. Oh, the storm has claimed another victim. The crash tree has crashed. These are Palo Verde trees. I don't know why they love putting these in parking lots and people's yards and stuff like that. It's an ugly tree in my opinion. The only time it's really pretty is during the springtime when the yellow flowers start to bloom on it. But every other day of the year, it's just a big giant green stick, as its name suggests. But anytime you have any big wind or storm, this happens. And I call these crash trees because it busts and then. And if you park underneath these, because they do provide decent shade during the sun times, your car will get messed up as you have a giant branch falling onto it. And these branches, they're pretty heavy. It's not like really light desert wood. Like this is actually a pretty hefty branch, and it weighs a lot. Let's go to the shopping center across the way here. I don't believe we went over here the last time. I think we were in this loop when we saw this little zone here beforehand. But I can't remember if we walked across the street or not. So let's go do that. The wind is starting to pick up again, so we might have poor audio quality for a little bit. Trying to debate whether we're going to go across the street and go down this hall here or go over here to the main area where it's more lit. Let's walk across the street here to begin with. This is not necessarily a place you can cross the street. It's a weird time of day. I'm thinking that we should probably avoid that area over there. Let's go the main way. It looks less suspicious on camera when you have someone like if they're spying on me and looking at it. What's that guy doing out at midnight? walking around with a camera and fluffs in his ears, looking super ridiculous and stuff, making his movies. Another mattress store is having a sale. Mattress Magic. And they even had this little golf cart here. It's even licensed. That's not common. They left the glass cleaner there, and it looks like that the red light is on, so it might be either that's a low battery warning or they left it on. One of the two. Alright, so that big sign for the Vita Institute is for this place over here. Not sure what it is. Is this a school? We'll walk over that way in a second. Looks like it's some sort of like tutoring school. Maybe it's just a regular school, I don't know. This is a weird art piece. Like a picture of a guy sawing this pole. And then there's some like welded to the pole bolts. Not sure what that's about. Looks definitely like maybe some sort of school. Here's the C2 tactical gun range. Sometimes if you look around in the parking lot, you might find a couple rounds of ammunition just kind of floating around here as people drop it on their way in and out of this place. But yeah, you can go in there. Indoor firearms range. Feel like that maybe we should have went that way and then came back around. Maybe we'll do that. I'm hearing music. I'm not sure why. Because I don't think there's anything over here that has music. So there's the place we were thinking about walking in from. It might be an art exhibit, but it's a little dark over there. We won't really be able to see what's on those signs right now. TV outlet. Another store that I don't really know why it exists. Most people buy their TVs from like Walmart or Costco. It says it's open, let's go. They left the open sign on. Adair Homes. Sounds like the sprinklers are on. I don't know why the sprinklers are on, as it has just rained. Patio furniture. That's clever. It's like furniture for your patio, but they made it Irish themed with a 3-leaf clover. I think there's a popcorn store over here. Is that what this is? Kettle Heroes. Devoted Guardians. Kettle Heroes. Artisan Pops Goodness. Gourmet artisan popcorn. It's a weird place for that. Not a lot of foot traffic in this shopping center. Advanced home care. High-end audio and home cinema. I've always wondered about this place. I've driven through this area before, just kind of scoping out what's over here. Home to legendary music and cinema. I think this is where you go to get like really expensive stuff. Like you want to spend $100,000 or more on your home audio movie theater. It's where you go. Don't know if I have that kind of money. Another furniture store, Haven Furniture and Design. There's a lot of furniture places around this area, which kind of doesn't really make sense to me because there's Ikea. Here's BBQ Island. I've thought about going there before. They got all sorts of barbecues, including Komodo Joe's, the Big Green Egg, Salt Creek Home Furniture Outlet. It's more high-endy stuff. Yeah, I don't want to be spending no $3,000 for a lamp. I could see that this place maybe had a point in the past when people actually had money. But now that everyone is getting into apartments, nobody has the time or space for any of this high-end furniture. Why are you going to be spending that kind of money on something that you're going to basically trash the next time you move? You know, there's a lot over here, but it's like also not a lot over here. It's weird. It's very well lit. And I haven't come across any homeless people yet. It is kind of in a better part of town. I smell cats. Usually these desert areas has a lot of cats in it. But they have that cat smell. I'm not seeing any eyes looking at us. We're coming over here to the main event. Probably won't go in there today. This one's not very good compared to the other main events that are out there, especially the ones in Texas. I think this company is mostly from Texas. Main event is kind of like a Dave & Buster's, but it's focused more on like entertainment stuff. Dave & Buster's is mostly focused on like the arcade machines and stuff like that. Well, this is more focused on like experiences. And many main events, other than this one, a lot of them have like golf courses inside them. Some have like wave pools and things. I believe they have wave pools. Actually, I don't know if they do or not. But they have other stuff. Ours just has like a sky zip line, and it's maybe like, I don't know, 25 feet long. It's not even that impressive. And it has, what else does it have? It has a laser tag place. That's probably the best thing that it has, is a laser tag course. It's a little small, but it's probably the biggest one in Arizona at the moment. Many of the laser tag places all closed down a long time ago. But we used to be some of the biggest premier areas for laser tag. We had Stratum, we had Laser Quest, we had Laser Tag Arena, and everything was in the laser tag at the time. I think they had it at Fiddlesticks, Castles and Coasters, and what's that other one called? I forgot what the other one's called. Oh yeah, Golfland Sunsplash. Although that one's pretty much a joke. The laser tag is probably the funnest thing that's in here. across the way, there's this pickleball place. I don't know if it's still a pickleball place or if they closed down or not. But it's like Electric Pickle or something like that. Looks like it's still here. Seems like it's probably maintained. I'm not sure if there's a lot of activity during this time of year because it's sunny and hot outside. With it being almost 113 degrees every single day, I don't imagine a lot of people being out here to go play pickleball. I'm not sure. I think we're at the back right now. The front is going to be around over here. Up this way is the White Castle Burger. I'm not sure if this one's open 24 hours or not. Within the last couple years, this one has opened up. Sometimes people I work with, they come to this one to go get their burgers and bring them in so that we can all have stomach aches. Stomach aches and smelly farts. That's what seems to happen every time we eat these burgers. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're okay. Not something I would really go out of the way for. Sounds like there's somebody in that car, so we'll walk over here to the White Castle first, look around it, and then we'll come back to the front of Electric Pickles. We'll see what we got. There's a lot of glass on the ground here. Looks like somebody may have dropped a vase or something, maybe a plate, and it shattered all over the place. Not sure what I'm smelling right now, but it doesn't smell like burgers. I'm not even sure if White Castle's open right now. It might be closed. There's a themed garbage can from the White Castle. Definitely looks closed. I think the one up in Scottsdale is open 24 hours. I smell burgers now. Let's see. I'm not sure what that means on the top of the White Castle there, but it says Desiree's Ego Ergo Sum. I don't know what that means. There's people in there actually. They might actually be open. Or maybe the cleanup crew's cleaning up. All the chairs are flipped up. It's probably just the cleanup crew. Here's the White Castle. I think we're in Tempe. Or either like right on the edge of Tempe. That's exciting. I don't know why he did that. He did like a squeal-in turn. Here we got White Castle. Doesn't look like they're cooking. Looks more like they're cleaning. Looks like whoever was in that car over here might have left. Can't tell. They may be parked behind a tree up here. Ah, no, they're still over there. So this is Electric Pickle. I've never been here before. But it's got like a bar, restaurant, and social house. So there's a restaurant and a bar. I don't know if it's like a restaurant that you can just go to and then play pickleball. I think you have to like subscribe and have like a subscription kind of thing to go here. I don't know the full details on it. There's a lot of crickets around here. You can just see them walking on the ground. That means that there's probably a crap ton of scorpions. I'm not sure if this is the front. Like, how do you get in here? Maybe over here? Welcome. Yeah, here it is. This is the front. It smells like Mexican food out here, like corn tortillas frying like taco chips. I'm not sure what type of food they have in here, as of course I've not been here before. But every of the plants out here looks like it's dying. It's weird. Like they're all flattened. And they don't look very healthy. That's pretty much what we have around the shopping center. There's some stuff that's across the street, but it's a little distant. We've been going for 30 minutes. We're gonna start our walk back. We can kind of see the backside of the pickle place. This leads us into one of our major things that we're getting over here to see. The world thermometer. You can already kind of see it out in the distance, this red light that's out here. It's pretty high up, which is bad. You don't want the world thermometer to be up. It indicates global warming. It's kind of a scare thing to bring awareness and concern to the state of the world. Maybe global warming has happened, but I won't really have to deal with it. By the time it's a problem, I'll be dead. So there's no point on that. Hey, if anyone's looking to buy land right by Ikea, this little lot here is available. It's probably worth a crap ton of money. Pretty penny. But hey, if you buy it, your shop or store or whatever you put here will be right out front of the world thermometer. I'm surprised it actually is working still. It's super bright for some reason. I can't even see the temperature on it, so bright. The grass looks like it might be wet. See if we can't walk up to it. So here is the little placard. I don't know if you guys can read it. It says Earth Thermometer. And then the artist addresses climate change by emphasizing the temperature between a healthy human and freezing water. So here it is. I can't see what the temperature is on it. It's too bright. It looks like I see the number 98 up here, but I can't see the lower one. I think it's like down here somewhere. But down here, there's like a picture of the world. See if we can move along the edge here. We can kind of see a little bit of the details of this artist's display. Ah, my eyes. That red is really messing with my vision right now. But yeah, the Earth Thermometer. Forgot when they put that in. I think it was around COVID time. New retail coming soon. It's available. Here's the number if anyone's interested in buying this plot of land next to Guitar Center. Probably spend several $1 million on it, because this is a pretty hopping area, especially when you got the big anchor store over there, Ikea, really bringing people to this area. And Ikea has been around for a while, so it's probably safe to say that this place would be profitable for quite some time. If I had this space, I don't know what kind of store I would put here. I don't know if I would really want to sell anything or more provide a service. Might be a cool place to put something here, like a like a stand-up comedy studio or improv comedy studio. That'd be kind of cool to put here. Then you have people coming over from the main event, coming over here afterwards or anything like that. Be a nice big stage. Put the stage like over here. Have like the main entry right here. Concessions and things. And then just kind of stadium seating. Watching the main actors on the stage. I don't know. That's my vision for it. I don't have the kind of cash to make that happen. Nor really the need to. That'd be an interesting turn to the video. One of my viewers was like, hey, you want to buy it? Here's money, I'll give it to you. I don't have any kind of connections to get a building built. I don't even know the first place to start with that. Be interesting to kind of vlog that process to get it up and running. Here's a guitar center. Not very many of these left, but we've actually been to many of them. The ones that I remember or know of. In several of our different shopping center walks at night. Music and instruments are not really a thing at the moment. People don't really care about that kind of stuff like they used to. Back in the 70s and 80s, when every sitcom show, the kid always had a guitar that was electric, and there would always be a story swing in one of the episodes where they started a band or something like that. Here's Total Wine, Spirits, Beer, and More. It's an alcohol distribution center. Some states actually have like a full center where you have to go to get your alcohol. I think like in Pennsylvania does. But Arizona doesn't really have that. You can pretty much buy that kind of stuff anywhere. The only place or reason why you want to go to a place like this would be they might have more of the higher end wines up and a lot of niche alcohols that you might not be able to buy at your general grocery store. Most of the time the people that go in there are kind of alcoholics, though. At least in my experience. People who have drinking problems go there. I have one over at Tempe Marketplace, and there's always people tripping and falling going in there. They don't look in the best state of mind. Alright, we're back to the sporting goods store. We did a big walk loop all the way around this place. I don't know if you guys stuck with us this far, but I've had a decent time so far. And we didn't get too wet. I was worried it was going to start to pick up the rain and we'd have to call it short, but didn't end up having to do that. Looks like the car is okay. Now it's a little bit shiny right now. Ooh man, there's a big roach right here on the ground. Look at that. Look how big that is. That's pretty big. Usually they start to come out of the ground or out of the pipes in places when after the rain, because they kind of get flushed out. So you might see a lot of those in your yard if you have them. I used to work at a swimming pool, and we always have those things come out after the rain. They come out all the areas. You can never get rid of them. Okay. It's hot. We had fun. We walked all around. We saw some cool stuff. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Coming along with me on this weird walking trip where we go random shopping centers at early hours or late hours of the night after I get off work and see some coolness. Not sure where we'll go next week. It's supposed to be super stormy this week, so I want to try to see if I can maybe get some time to get out to see if I can catch one of these big dust storms as it comes in, but we'll see. I have to work a couple more days before I get off of my days off, but we'll see. We'll see you guys next week for some more Binaural Recording Side to Side with me, hosting. And have a good one. Remember to like and subscribe.